Hello, Soul Tribe. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're joining us in tonight's transmission about the channeling that has been received by the Pleiadians in regards to the solar flash, to the grand solar flash that's coming in, and we're all expecting it, and how this will affect us starseeds and us light workers as pillars of light supporting the ascension and the higher consciousness on the planet, raising its frequency so we can all ascend and create new earth and create a better future for our children. Hello everyone, I'm Deanna Realis, I'm an Azurite, and I'm on a mission to help you discover the essential mechanics and how you can also apply it, understand it, and apply it to your life and further teach it into your tribes. So, let me explain to you what this all means. The Pleiadians are saying that once we are experiencing the solar flash that's coming in from the central sun that is called Alcyon, and it's in the Pleiadian constellation. So it's more like a cousin, or we are a cousin of the Alcyon star. Our sun is a cousin of the Alcyon star, sun. So I drew a little picture here of this is the sun that's portrayed here. And as you see, I did the rays, meaning that yes, it's a sun, but it also transmits through pulses of light, through pulses of plasma, that once they hit our solar system, it affects everything. And you should be aware that this is already starting to happen. We just had the smaller impulses, smaller pulses of light, of plasma, that they just started hitting beginning of January 2023. So now we're in April 2023. And the essential mechanics and the awareness that's being built in the starseeds and lightworkers community is discussing the fact that the plasma light that's coming in from the central sun, from Alcyon, the grand solar flash that everybody is waiting for and wondering how that's going to look like. Well, the Pleiadians have contacted Eldorana and Eldora and Sima, and they're explained it a little bit in more details how this is going to look like for you and I. Welcome in. I'm so glad to see you trickling in. Put a like if this message resonates with you, and if you feel called to subscribe to our channel. Please let us know where you're from, and if you have any more questions, please be free to type in the comments what else would you like us to talk about, and what do you feel it's important for you to explore more and to build more awareness and help you increase your frequency, increase your light body, your Ka body into your life, so you can bring forth this message and build more awareness in your tribe, in your community. We are all a team here, so I'm here to serve you, and I hope that you feel so called to serve your tribe in return. So let me turn around, and I'll be very quick tonight. This transmission is a short transmission. If you would like to know more, please type in the comments or check our other videos, other transmissions that is discussing the chaotic science of ascension mechanics as has been channeled by Adina Shin in the 1990s, beginning of 2000, and she's published all this work in her research, The Voyagers. What I've drawn here, this is the central sun. This is you, the phoenix, who is going to rise after doing all the work that you're doing right now, and us, myself, and you, and your loved ones who are inclined and called to do this work. Down here is the matrix. All right, we live in the matrix, in the first harmonic universe, which is written right here. I made a little note of it. And the further we ascend, we're moving into higher harmonic universes, like second, third, fourth, all the way to fifth. So when we're discussing New Earth, we're actually talking of a parallel universe that is living in parallel with today's matrix, where we are as Earth right now. This presentation discusses the importance of the plasma and the light, the transmission and encoded sound and light that's being transmitted from the central sun into our solar system. And this will be represented by the little dots that I drew here in between the rays. And I also wrote a channeling of light language as I received it, to you just look at it, and if you feel anything that is meant to trigger your further growing or your further activations. So in the first harmonic universe, as we live in a dual, I wrote plus and minus as in positive and negative, we live in a dual bipolar encoded dynamic that's meant to keep us at lower frequencies in hate and anger and jealousy and fear and everything that you've been experiencing until now, and you being coming online, coming and encountering this show and this video is not by happen chance. This is programmed already, has been programmed in your soul contract. At this time in your life, you are here to learn more and activate your own gift, your own light, to be like the pillar of light, like a lighthouse that's spreading and raising the frequency of the place you live, or the contacting in the relationships you're having each day. So in the first harmonic universe, then we're dealing with a bipolar positive, negative dynamic. And I drew here, as a representation of this dynamic, I drew a seesaw play game that we as children always loved playing on, right? Do you remember being at the playground and playing with your friends on the seesaw, right? And then one is up and then one is down. And when the one that goes down, the other one goes up. And it represents how our world works. It represents how we are encoded through archonic, metatronic, hijacking viruses and very advanced alien technology, and capping and trapping our DNA not to develop further its strands up to 12 strands. You as a star seed, as a light worker, as a human being, we all have up to 12 strands of DNA. Only 2 have been activated. The rest of them have been, as the Pleiadian has put it forth, they've been encapsulated. Oh, excuse me, it's my puppy barking. Hold on a second. I'm going to close the door. Okay, so hold on. Shh. And I'm going to, sorry guys, I'm going to get out of the way so you can see better here. So our DNA has been encapsulated with almost like something like black tar, which is an alien advanced technology, and hacking the humans that have been developing on Earth for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, this is really old technology we're talking about. Well, the bipolar dynamic is happening as part of the parallel universes, and we are experiencing this entire universe. All these universes are functioning on a through a biscalar wave, meaning that through light and sound, our DNA is changing and molded at every single nanosecond. Through quantum mechanics, this makes sense in this regard with the Platonic, Metatronic science, that Newtonian, where cause and effect and the result, and then problem-solving mentality and understanding how physics works around us. And this is the Chaotic science makes sense once you understand that we are meant to develop 12 strands of DNA, and the Pleiadians are saying that the more advanced teachers who are incarnating, the returning masters, the returning ascended masters are coming in with 48 strands of DNA. What happens is we live then in the matrix, which is a phantom universe, is a phantom illusionary place we live in. None of that is true. The reality is further up at higher frequencies. Well, what else I drew is I drew the DNA, but next to here, over here, you can see I drew the tree of life. And the tree of life is also represented, in so many metaphors and stories in the Bible and in the cultures, in the Christian culture and many cultures around the world. This is the tree of good and bad. So if you are stuck in between positive and negative, up and down and hustle and the power struggle, right? The power, who has more power over each other, then this tree of life is actually, which is actually your DNA, your body temple. It's your ascension crystalline matrix. I shouldn't say matrix, but your inner template that's waiting to be activated, to further be activated. When we live at this stage in the first harmonic universe, we only have developed and are functioning up to our third, one, two, three, the solar plexus chakra, not the heart chakra. Once you start feeling and developing your higher upper chakras, you're moving into higher harmonic universes. Well, what happened is there is a disconnect. There is a sound disconnect and I've talked about this in my other show, in the last show we had, about the dissonant, discorded sound at the note F, which is only half a note, so it does not let evolution, it does not let anything grow further. It is triggering then in the first harmonic universe by this alien technology that's embedded into our DNA, keeping us at the lower frequencies, right? Always falling back into, oh my gosh, like I hate my life, like my car is always breaking down and I'm feeling depressed and here I'm in negative, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get better. I'm going to go on this diet. Okay, you tell me if this is you, type in the comments. And I'm going to try really hard, but then after the third day, I can't even reach the third day. But the third day, I'm already feeling like, okay, what's the point of this? I'll never succeed. I'm a loser, right? All those words, all those mental beliefs, the limiting beliefs that are encoded and we are embedded and brainwashed and programmed since we were little, right? And as star seeds and light workers, we are here to break that code free, to break it free and melting it away, right? Disintegrating it. And through higher frequencies, nothing that's a lower frequencies can stand that. So it will organically dissolve itself. What I drew here at these are not two eyes, darling. These are, let me turn the camera around. This is the infinite symbol, meaning that in the higher harmonic universes, you have access always through to source, back to source. It's an organic way dynamic that always taps back into the source and then grows further, and then taps back into the source, like going back into the root, and then receiving light and sound, and then go further growing. This down here is an this down here is a finite capped inorganic system. I The way this works, the Metatronic code, the Bioveca code, has tapped and limited the development of the, sorry, up here, the development of the sixth chakra. So at the sixth chakra has been made invisible in all the literature that you see in the Kabbalic literature that you see of the tree of life, and you know how your chakra develop, and that is, and I'm going to have another show about exactly this where I bring the template and kind of explain how this works. But this is why I made a little X there, because at the sixth chakra, it's it's finite to the point that it's being taken away, literally scrubbed off and removed from the archives and the research and the writings of all these former wisdom keepers, and who had access to writings and publishing and all that, right? So it's a rigged system, right? So then you need to know, as a star seed, you need to know all this, because otherwise how are you going to ever evolve if you don't know that this is all rigged? And then the answer to you ascending and becoming a better person and attracting and magnetizing towards you, light and good things coming to you, your better relationship and manifesting, a better job and abundance and the love and babies, if you want that, or your creation, you becoming and stepping into your own authentic way of being, then you need to know this. And this is what the Pleiadians are transmitting when they are saying, look, there is more that has been hidden, and finally now we're coming online, and right, we are communicating with each other. And the sixth chakra is actually not right here at your third eye, is not really here actually on the forefront of your forehead. It's inside your head, right in the middle actually. And it's called, so it's at your in the intersection of your main axis, your hara line, which is in between your spine and the front. So it's inside, but it's closer to the spine. It's not the spine itself, but it's closer to the spine, more inside. And the intersection of that line, the vertical line and the horizontal line, and it's inside at that intersection. That's called the Brahma, the cave of Brahma. I wrote it here. Yeah, the Brahma cave. Well, that cave has been shut and tucked away, and by all these publishing and all these writings that have been done, only now they're coming online. And they're like, if you watch a Gaia series, and if you watch these other channels, finally they're making these available, this knowledge available, this tapped and capped away knowledge. Now it's finally being released in the same time, with so much more coming up through all these arrests and everything that we're finding out how rigged the system is. The Pleiadian transmission as such tell us that in order for you to ascend and reach that the fifth dimensional earth, and rising from your ashes like a phoenix, so you have to burn down your belief in the strongest good and belief in the strongest bad, put them all together, alchemize them to make and create those ashes, and then ascend through the middle of the seesaw of this dynamic. Can you tell? I'm a kindergarten teacher. That's my only thing that comes to my mind, is a toy at the playground, okay? The seesaw, and who has the more power, you know? And it has served its purpose, right? Is the survival of the fittest, is how animals and how humans have reproduced, how they're holding onto their territory. It's a very territorial dynamic. But we're in for a treat because the solar flash will change all that in a second. This all will disintegrate. So if you are a starseed and a light worker and you have loved ones, or you know you're here on a mission to talk and tell people and kind of teach, or whatever you're being called to draw art, or to do anything, right? Or to dance or express yourself through any of the art forms, then that is your mission, and you must then take charge of your own life, take care of your own mental body, emotional body, physical body, spiritual body, and do a plan, make a plan to have it taking care of everything, to be aware, right? To take that ego and completely master it, in the sense that you're being aware of everything that's happening, right? So the transmission then, what's being channeled is for you to take charge and, you know what, increase the gear that you're working at, because you are an important piece of this big puzzle. And as an earth consciousness, we need you, right? Everybody's important in this piece, and I can't do it alone, and you can't do it alone. Under the law of one, and under the law of love, of the galactic love, as a galactic being, we cannot, as an earth consciousness, and you and I, and earth itself, cannot participate in the wisdom and the technologies, the advanced technologies available for earth, for what's available, right? And we're not necessarily talking about the spaceships, but we're talking about, we are at a point in earth's evolution that it's she's been so abused, Mother Earth, that's like starting to, shake off all these parasites off her. And honestly, I don't want to be the parasite that's going to fall off Mother Earth. I want to be the good the good I want to be loved. I don't want to be shaken off by my furry earth or dog. I like dogs, so I talk about furry babies, but then there's a bunch of ways to do what I just said, to have a routine in place. And I'm ready to open next month. We're opening on our website, which is Soul Spark Coach. We're opening a course and starting bringing more courses and activations and transmissions and healings, to make sure that we're doing this work, right? It's spiritual work means also taking care of the rest of the body, right? Your auric field, so I'm creating a community then for us to be able to be together and do this work together, to inspire each other. And right now, I invite you to join us over to our Facebook group. We're in our group, Activated Priest and Priestess of Light, Love, and Conscious Wealth, where we present all these techniques, right? We have the 5 pillars of, how to take care of our mindset, or overpass and bypass our emotional triggers, how to know who we learn who we are. Who are we? What's your gift? What gifts do you have? Because it's so easy to say, well, great, I'm a starseed, but I don't know what my gifts are. Well, we can find that for you. There's ways to do that, right? There's quizzes. There's like a lot of work that can be done, and then activate those. And then, the 5th pillar being, well, that's all hung and door, and that's great. And now how can I live of my own work, right? Then we teach you how to make your social brand, how to bring your word forward, if that's what you're choosing. while creating freedom, inner freedom for yourself, and inner freedom for to bring your gifts online, right? Then we teach you how to build the freedom of time and freedom of location. So maybe you want to do your work as a star seed and a light worker in Bali or on a beach in the Caribbean, right? Write the bucket list down and see what do you actually want for yourself. Dream more, envision your life. The Pleiadians are saying that, this plasma that they're looking at, I mean, they know when this is happening, but they're trying not to give us a timeline. But this decade before 2030 is over, before we reach 2030, things will be changing drastically. And not just that, but we live right now, based on the Keylontic science, we are, this year the veil is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And this is why the matrix is reacting so strong, right? We have the Agent Smith on our asses and our tail darling every single day, right? Like triggering and telling us, oh, you're not good of anything, darling. Do you remember all those comments that you hear every single day? And you've been labeled at school, with autism and ADHD and I don't know, slow. And I was one of them. I failed all my classes till like grade 9. Honest to God, I only survived because I don't know, I'm smiling nice or something. I don't know. They had to let me. They had to let me pass through because we were in the communist regime. So they needed a quota for the teaching, right? So either way, if you feel like you are an outcast and you still feel an outcast and you felt like you were ostracized by the society and you're being the black sheep or you feel family, please write in the comments because you're not alone. And that's what I want you to know. You are not alone, beautiful soul. You're not alone. You are with me. I'm for you here. And we are so many. This community we belong to, they're so beautiful, but you need to know where these people are to connect with them, right? Don't fall to the tricks of the matrix. You are the new Neo. You are the Neo of the future Earth. So all that is true, right? I always say these movies, some of these movies are documentaries, right? Because they have to tell us what we deal with. It's in their soul contract. It's in their contract of I don't know, guarding Earth to not evolve. It's still free choice. It is still free choice. This is what you need to really, really, really understand. So, beautiful soul, I hope this makes sense. I want you to dream, to imagine yourself as your future self. Who are you? Close your eyes at nighttime when you go to bed and don't put the TV on, don't put music, don't put anything, don't make sound, not a noise, background noise, and listen in the dark, right? Turn the lights off and then close your eyes and just listen. Listen to the universe, listen to your soul. Get yourself out of the way so your soul can finally explore itself and explore its beauty and its gift. And don't listen to anybody around you who's saying otherwise, because per quantum mechanics, everything that you wish to be, it's already there. But quantum mechanics and Keylontic science, beautiful soul, there is no past, there is no future, there is no yesterday, and there's no tomorrow. There's not 5 minutes ago. It doesn't exist. It's all us creating our own reality, and they're as like clouds. You know how clouds form out of nothing and they're just coming to life? This is what this is all about. Everything that we see, it's vibrations in motion. Everything, even this camera, the chair, the whiteboard, none of this is real. This is all how we're perceiving at a different frequencies. Everything is sound, everything is vibration, and everything is light. And therefore, you know, big news for the educational system, I gotta say. This is when I think I start questioning, okay, so I've learned all this, started to learn all this, science, new science coming in, epigenetics, changing your DNA and your expression of your DNA, and time dilation and all this, and the science. The educational system is still teaching all the bullshit. I'm like, excuse me, what are we doing here? Why? That I felt, I was hoping that wasn't true. When I came to America, I thought to myself, okay, I'm not in the communist Romania anymore, so I'm coming to North America. And then I was in shock to see that there's no difference in what they're teaching in Romania or what they're teaching here. That's all the same thing. It's internationalized. Um, it's their international standards that they all follow. Meaning they will not teach quantum mechanics to kids. Kids will quickly understand it. You tell a 3-year-old that there is no time, no yesterday, no tomorrow. They'll be, oh, okay, cool, I knew that. He's like, let's talk to my angel here because it tells me more. Right? So you have to be aware of it. Drop everything that you've been taught, because that's all BS, and leave yourself open for beauty and for so much potential. Yourself, your future best version of yourself is already there. It's waiting to be magnetized in. As per the third harmonic universe, as the higher harmonic universes, as per the trifecta code, not trifecta, the Triveca codes, how they work as the organic. And if you need to understand more how that works, check out other videos where I'm explaining all this more, and what keeps us not to develop from developing, and how we can, and what does it mean, and how does it look like, if you are interested in, and that makes sense to you. I like math and science, and kind of like, for me, this makes sense, and I'm hoping that makes sense to you as well. But I'm trying my best to bring more examples into light, or to you, to kind of explain it better, right? Because I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I want everybody to know what we are talking about, right? So I was drawing little pictures and markers and stickers, darling. You got all stickers on my. I'll probably open a. That's my intent, to open, the community channel in YouTube, and you'll get to the pro, and have a community where we can all gather. So if you feel that this resonates with you, please put a like on the video and subscribe to our channel and share, because this is important. It's important to know what we're dealing here. It's important to look at the future, your future version of your best version of yourself, because we leave the bad version of ourselves behind, right? We don't want that. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but I really don't want it, right? Like, we're all evolving, because truly, I don't want to be left on a. And if you feel the same, please type in the comments. I don't want to be left on a planet that's going to be under nuclear war, and decay, and floods and earthquakes. And I had visions of that future Earth, and it don't look good, and they're starting already happening, a whole bunch of things that are happening, and only now it's starting 2019, and then started to break some more, and only now we're finally starts coming to light, into the media. But if you, stuff like, the Earth core has stopped moving, it starts reversing. That has a whole bunch of stuff, with magnetism and geomagnetics, and volcanoes. And I don't want to bring it, you already know all that, and all those nightmares, stories, and scenarios. What we're here to do as our mission, and my mission as I see it, and as I feel it, is to bring awareness to you, for one, build a community that we can all exchange our thoughts and our missions, and create a hub where we can then decide, okay, listen, we have work to do, right? Let's build the grid. Let's build the new crystalline architecture of this new earth that's going to be in the crystalline Catharic grid of the new harmonic universe, right? Or the higher dimensional harmonic universes. So we're moving to carbon, from a carbon, carbon, carbon DNA template into a crystalline template. And this is all centered, your ascension is centered around love, around being able to forgive, around being able to love anybody for the way who they are. And that is the Christos, the Christic, the Christ that we're our inner light that we're functioning by, that we're evolving, we're ascending. Under the law of one, there is no winners, there is no losers. There is no, oh, that person is bad and I'm better than them, right? There is no up and down. There is no crime. There's none of that. It's like, imagine, and the Lemurians, when they had the Lemurian society and culture, they were portraying that, right? This is why we're longing to go home. We're longing for our cousins, our ancestral cousins. We're longing for this new earth. We're longing because we know deep inside that that is the truth. And if you are a mom and you had your baby, and if you have your furry babies, right, you hold a little puppy in your hand or a little kitten, and you're like, oh my gosh, no, I'm going to protect this baby because it's in you. It's in your DNA. That DNA is the Eucharistic DNA, your crystalline DNA, your original DNA that you came with, right? Your seventh, eighth, ninth sense that wants to love and wants to protect and wants to forgive, right? You forgive your children for whatever they're doing. You still forgive them, right? Because you love them, right? You forgive your puppy that's doing pee pee on the floor. You forgive your kitten that it did a scratch on you, right? And if you don't do that, then I'm sure you're not on this channel, darling, because those people don't even think. Like there's not no awareness for them. Darling, they're stuck way down at the bottom, right? When they're talking about hell, well, they're stuck way down there. So my wish for you as a star seed and as a light worker is for you to believe that you can do more, to believe that what's meant for you is already here. You just have to believe it and feel it so strongly that you're attracting it, and you don't even worry about how it's coming, because it's going to come and find you, right? It's like, so that is a signal for me to finish. My husband is coming home. We heard the dogs barking. They're all happy that my husband he's working night hours. So my loved one, I love you and I pray for you, and please like and subscribe and check our Facebook group, Activated Priestess of Light, Love, and Wealth. And check our masterclass. We have a whole bunch of them coming up. Monday is one of them. Come meet Sam and Brooke, my mentors, and you'll love them. They're really cool and they've done a lot. And come learn more. More. You need to learn more, okay, loved one? Bless your heart, sweetheart, and get into the Phoenix mode, darling. Love you all. Bye.